months ago, I made a new friend. Right when I needed it. Best friend's been there. He's been through it all before me. What happened next is truly for the books. This man opened his heart, he opened his heart to me. He opened his heart for you. So no matter what, you've got to roll. Yeah, you can't go slow. Get through this time we're living in. Get your updates from Wages World. You may find yourself in the mirror.
Hey guys, what's up? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 there in the chat. Let me know my audio and my video is okay, and we'll get rolling here. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. This shouldn't be a real long one, but thanks, E-Rock. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so, mods, thank you for being here. All the subscribers, thank you for being here. I do appreciate y'all coming and stopping in, especially on the weekend like this. But I am going to put the chat away for now so we can get to the information and everything. Then we can maybe at the end have a little bit of back and forth questions, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse the chat here and we'll get going. Anyway, so obviously judging by, well, you know what? I'm just going to leave it up here because I'm not showing anything right now anyway. So, judging by the title, you guys, obviously I'm going to talk about the termination event, and also the tools that are down right now. And I'm going to show you guys what's going on with that. And, we'll talk about that for a minute too. So let's just do this. First thing I want to show you guys, see right here, this is NOAA's forecasting, right? This is 12th, 13th, and 14th. You see 3, 4, and 2 right here for the KP numbers, which is what's down here on this graph, okay? This 4 was completely unexpected. That was not something that we thought we was going to see. It happened, no big deal. Nothing really big happened with it. But if you were to go back and see this yesterday, this actually said 1 or 2. 1s and 2s all the way down through here. So we definitely were having some issues there. Hey, Knowledge, what's up, Tab? E-Rock's in the house, DNT, Angela holding it down in the Bronx, baby. So let's just get into it like this. Now, we're still getting data. Okay, now everybody's talking about all these tools that are down, and in reality, it's NASA. Okay, it's NASA's servers. They took their servers down for the weekend. Now, if you remember earlier on this week, I told you guys that was going to happen. They told everybody this was happening. Okay, now, most of it was just kind of based around SDO, because that's like a very popular one everybody goes to. They posted it in big red at the top saying, hey, this is going to be down. So we need to back up a minute and look at what we're seeing here and why things are happening. So what you got to understand is that the NASA tools, SDO, actually I'm going to do this. I'll just show this to you. See this right here? These are a lot of my shortcuts. Okay. SDO we can click on that, and it's not going to give us anything right now. I guess we'll just do it, just so you guys can see it. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get an error screen. Nothing's going to pop up. Their servers are down. Okay? So you think, okay, well, we don't have SDO. Well, what do we have? Well, we do have other things that we can look at. We don't have, seeds. Seeds is not a NASA tool. So seeds is going to pull up. Okay? Spaceweather.gmu.edu. You notice the URL up here. It says NASA nowhere in the name. This is still running, but we haven't gotten anything from LASCO C2 or Stereo A. Now, remember earlier this week we had some issues with Stereo A being down, which was, I think that was caused probably from, and it was just the coronagraphs, because we were able to still see the extreme ultraviolet on that satellite. But yeah, so whatever caused that's what caused it. Now, I do want to show you guys this, because I know people are going to talk about this, and I want to let you guys know what's actually happening. This is the 10th. Okay, there was multiple ejections this day. The sun went, it woke up and it was mad. Okay, now you see that big one right there, right? So when this is from our view, so this is the occulter. Anything behind this occulter we can't see, right? And I've talked about this a bunch. Remember, Earth is this direction. So anything behind that, now this black occulter is a physical disc that's in front of the camera here, okay? It blocks out the sun light, so we can even get a capture at all. So as we're looking at this, we have to, we see this big one here on the end, right? So obviously we can't tell if it's coming at us, if it's going backwards, forward. We know that it's at least going to somewhat of our left. We know that. Now, we don't want to, just forget about these other ones out here happening too, because the sun just went crazy this day. And it was really like being actually fairly quiet for a couple days in a row there. So I think what was happening here, we crossed over the magnetic boundary sometimes, and when that happens, sometimes the sun will react like this. And it only lasted the one day. So that would be consistent with us crossing over a magnetic boundary just in our regular orbital sequences, okay? And that's kind of what looks like what happened here, because the sun wasn't just on one sunspot or one side. It was everywhere. I mean, it was blowing everywhere. So how do we know if this is coming at us? The tools were down, so people were like, well, we can't look and see if this is coming at us. Well, yeah, we can. And let me show you how. First off, this is going to our left, and this is from our view. So what do we always do? We go to Stereo A, right? Well, Stereo A is down right now if you try to look at today. But we can go back to the 10th when this thing blew off, and we can still get imaging from the 10th. Okay, so what's this telling us? This is telling us that this is the satellite perspective here, right? Earth's over here. This is our side view. Partial backside, whatever you want to call it. So we know that big one is not coming at us whatsoever. It shot off the backside. All right, so we ain't got to worry about that one. That was not coming at us at all. People were asking me about that, whether or not that was coming at us, because they, I guess somebody else was reporting on it or something, and they weren't able to figure out, what direction it was going. And that's okay. I'm not saying anything about that. It's just, I want you guys to understand this is how we walk through these things before, we just jump out here and say, hey, we don't know what's happening. We got to, look into it just a little bit first. And that's what I'm doing here. And as you can see, remember, Stereo A had its issue here. I'll go back one more day, and you'll see, remember, we don't have any imaging here at all. But it came back. They got the coronagraph working again, and there it is. Now, remember, this is our side view. So if we go back over here, this is our front view. So knowing that both of these are going to the left, from our front view and from the side view, we can confidently say that big one's not coming at us. Now, we can't look at any of the CME trackers, but we can still look at Enlil. But let me show you the CME tracker first. Okay, so usually I go here to the CME tracker and show it to you guys. All right, we're not going to get anything. Why? This is the NASA site. Look. Okay, up here in the URL. That's down. It's going to be down. It's going to be down till Monday. So there's nothing there that we should be, like freaking out about because the tools are down. Now, I do want to bring up something here, though. We got that unexpected hit or whatever, plus this. The Schumann. This is the only thing that's got me kind of like, what's going on here? I'm not insinuating anything or claiming anything here at all, but all the the NASA satellite tools we can't access right now. Plus, this particular Schumann tool in Russia hasn't updated in, almost a day now, it looks like. Okay? This tool went down. It's not updating. I went and looked at the other tool, and it's not running either. So I just wanted to point that out too. Now we are still having our daily little uptick that we were back on the 11th here. You can still, I want to show you guys this too because you see how it kind of faded off. It was pretty strong here, then it kind of faded off into nothing. Now we see that, and this is a good way for me to show you guys that, like, if we get into a solar, like a coronal hole stream, and we get hit. This is sometimes how we react. We'll spike up a little bit or a lot, and it slowly tapers off. That's exactly what you're seeing here. It's stepping down. You see this? It's very consistent. The signatures look very consistent. You see how vertical and they're spaced out right here, and they're even doing it over here where it's real light. So I mean, this is something that was going on, and it's just stepping down. That's it. But it hasn't updated in over a day. And, now we don't have the NASA sites to go look at. But that does not mean we can't look at the sun. Okay, so let me explain this. So we go look at this. Now, when we're looking at SDO, that's out in front of yours, right? So in stereo A, it's about 2 months behind us looking at the sun, too, in the orbit. We can still look at the sun, guys. Here you go. Okay, this is GOES. There's multiple extreme ultraviolet tools out there. This is GOES 16. These are satellites that have these camera suites on them. We've all heard the word SETI. That's a group of cameras and tools that's on a satellite. It's multiple different tools. So we can still see the sun. It's not like we can't look at it. So I want to point that out. And I want to point out right now we have a very large coronal hole here. The southern coronal hole's kind of reached up here. Okay? We will be experiencing solar wind from this shortly. Probably in the next day or so. Because I think we connected to it yesterday. Started to anyway. So there it is with that. Now that has the potential to really give us some good fast solar wind. If that happens,